mission, vision, goal, whatever word you want to use is all the same. From a biblical perspective or a spiritual perspective, I have a system that I've developed, taking bits and pieces from 5 different areas, from psychological profiling, personality tests, got to get a lot of little stuff from astrology, a little bit from numerology, so pulling from all of these different studies, and so I put that in this book, Dare to Be You. So in this, I have what I call a Dear Kenneal report. So the first thing I do, like when I first met Dee, I oh, so what's your name? And got her name, went home, typed it in the computer. Because it pulls up, because man is name, and name is man. So in the occult, and that word occult just means hidden, when I even did the name, when we did the name Inspirational Grounds, when I did the name Eagles Club, when I did every business that I did, the first thing that I did is I took the letters, because each letter has an attribute, or is an attribute of God, or it has a characteristic of God. So when you say someone's name, you're actually saying their lot, their share, their destiny. So when you name your child, when you name your pet, when you name your business, in this case, you want to make sure that the business name is in harmony with your lot, with your share, with your destiny. Otherwise, you produce disharmony. So it's like playing a piano. The notes on a piano must be played in order. You must have focus, you must have discipline, and you must have order to produce harmony. If you don't, if you go to try to play a piano and you're not focused, if you're not disciplined and you've studied and you practice, and if you don't put those notes in a particular order, you're going to have disharmony. Business is no different. To be successful in creating wealth, and remember, we're not talking about making income. Making income has to do with taking something that's already done and you slapping your name on it, and then you trying to sell it to somebody. You trying to provoke or invoke by using what I call, or what I was taught, assumptive selling or assumptive closing, which is you just assume that this individual wants your product, whether there is a need or a want for it or not. And so what you do is that you create the desire by your smooth talking, and then you offer the solution to that desire that you just created. That is what we call marketing. So now you can go, that's the traditional way of business. What I'm proposing is another way of doing business. Nothing wrong with the old way. It works. Nothing wrong with the capitalistic way. Nothing wrong with be, do, have. You find what you want to be, you go and you do something, and then after you do something, you get something. And that formula works. It's been working for years. But there's an easier way. It's like swimming downstream instead of swimming upstream. That is, what do I have? Who am I? You have to understand the self. And that's what this is all about. You have to start with the understanding.